What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Make sure to subscribe and sack that like button. So today's video, obviously, I'm going to be previewing Super Bowl 56, and yeah, before we get into it though, let me just go over my record picking games. So I'm 8-4 in the postseason picking games, and in the regular season I was 159, 112, and 1. So yeah, let's get into picking this one. So obviously it's the Super Bowl, it's the big game, it's the biggest game of the year. A lot of matchups I want to talk about in this game, but the first one I want to mention is this Rams rushing attack versus Bengals front seven. I've been saying all postseason long that the Bengals' biggest weakness on defense is stopping the run. I think the Rams should get this running game going early, even though they're a pass-first team. And I think the running back to do it with, I truly believe the best running back on this Rams team is Sony Michel. I don't really trust Cam Akers 100% with all these fumbles he's been having throughout the postseason. I think they should go all in with Michel, and I think Michel should at least get 20 to 25 carries in this game. And I think if they do that and he runs successfully like I think he will, that'll be a huge plus for the Rams. So look out for Sony Michel as a potential dark horse MVP candidate in this game. And fun fact, he scored the only touchdown in Super Bowl 53 against the Rams back when he was on the New England Patriots. The next thing I want to talk about, though, a big deciding piece for winning this game for the Rams is Matthew Stafford. Can Matthew Stafford play a good game and not turn the ball over at all, how he's kind of been prone to over the years? You know, throughout this postseason, though, he really hasn't turned the ball over at all. He's been playing pretty efficient, and I think that's what he's going to need to do in this game. And I think, like I said before, if the Rams get this running game going, that will really benefit him, not having a running game to lean on, and not having to, air the ball out a lot. But yeah, I don't think he's going to have I think he's going to have an efficient game. I really do. But then the next thing, the most obvious one of them all, is this Bengals offensive line versus the Rams pass rush. This Bengals offensive line was one of the worst offensive lines in football. It was the bottom 5 of the league, and yet they are where they are, which is pretty remarkable if you think about it. But now that they're here, they're playing a team that has Aaron Donald and Von Miller coming in. I think you know where I'm going with this. I don't see how this Bengals offensive line can protect Joe Burrow. I think, this isn't something they can adjust throughout the week or practice. I think this is something that they simply do not have the personnel for. And Aaron Donald and Von Miller are two of the most dangerous pass rushers of the last decade in this league. I think the Rams are at least going to get 5 sacks in this game. I could see them even reaching 8 or 9. I really do. But I think they'll at least get 5. I think Burrow's going to be running for his life in this game, and he better be getting that ball out quick. Another matchup I wanted to touch on is, obviously, Jamar Chase versus Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey has proved time and time again that he can handle elite wide receivers. There's only been one wide receiver ever that I've seen get the best of Jalen Ramsey, and that's Devonte Adams, a guy who's been labeled the best wide receiver over the last couple of years. Ramsey's going to be going up against a rookie wide receiver who is speedy, but Ramsey's also proved time and time again that speed doesn't scare him off. He's so big and has a big frame that he's able to just bottle up that speed and get them, bump them off their routes. I'm going to trust Jalen Ramsey in this matchup more, which means for Joe Burrow, the pass rush is going to be coming in, and his number one target is going to be blanketed. And that's a recipe for disaster, and which means they're going to need other guys to step up, like Tyler Boyd, and other receivers like T. Higgins, and I'm not sure if that will even be enough to win. The next thing I want to touch on is Sean McVay versus Zach Taylor. These two are actually good friends, and Zach Taylor was Sean McVay's assistant with the Rams a few years back. So it's a student versus teacher thing going on here. Usually the teacher wins, but not always. We'll see how it goes this time around. Next thing I want to talk about in this game is, obviously, this is the second straight year the Super Bowl will be played in the home stadium of one of the teams contending in it. This had never happened in NFL history until now, and it's happened 2 straight years. Pretty bizarre. Now for the picks. The pick for this game. I'm going to take the Rams to win this game 34-21. You know, all the reasons I mentioned. I just don't see how this Bengals offense is going to do well against this Rams defense with the pass rush coming in, and Jamar Chase probably going to be limited. I don't see Joe Burrow being able to step up enough for them to win this game. And while the Rams, I think if they do like what I suggested, running the ball heavy a lot early on and get that running game going, not only are they going to have the running game going, but then that'll open up the pass because the Bengals will be putting more people in the box, and then Stafford can do the play action like how they love to do in LA, and he could throw it to his star receivers. If you look at these two quarterbacks, though, you know, who do I trust more in this game? You know, both of these guys, I don't feel that 100% confident with, even though they are where they are. Matthew Stafford's been prone to turning over the ball in key situations throughout his career. He hasn't this year so far that much. He did throw a lot of interceptions in the regular season, but in this postseason, he's played very efficient, actually, very good and turnover free. And Joe Burrow, I don't know, man. This is a second-year player who's young, who's still young, still learning. I think his fan base is getting a little bit cocky, labeling him the next guy who's going to be winning Super Bowls after Super Bowls. I mean, this guy hasn't even won one yet, and he does. I mean, I remember though, just at the beginning of this year, after they lost to the Bears in Week 2 and got beat down, people were saying that this guy was going to be another #1 overall pick bust, and now people are being quick to saying he's the next Joe Montana or something, which I think is laughable. And it's not like he has a strong arm or he's not very mobile. He doesn't have anything that really sticks out about him, but he is where he is. You know, if I had to say which one I trust more, I guess I would trust Matthew Stafford more. One, because he's the veteran. Two, he's shown more efficiency in the playoffs this year, because Joe Burrow only has 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions through these first 3 games. And I think if you look at it, you know, the Bengals, really, they've been carried by their defense into the Super Bowl. I mean, it was the defense that won them the game against the Raiders in the wild card. It was definitely the defense that won them the game against the Titans in the divisional. And it was the defense that won them the game against the Chiefs. It's not like Joe Burrow did anything spectacular through that interception in the 4th quarter, but the Chiefs were unable to capitalize due to the Bengals' defensive stand. But, you know, yeah. But like I said, back to the original point. I trust Stafford more than Burrow. Yeah. So that'll be it for today's video. Comment down below who you guys got winning these games. This game, as I said, I'm picking the Rams to win it 34-21. But like I said, comment down below who you got. Other than that, I will see you guys next time.